I love this
10
recipe.
out of 10.
Okay.
Hey everyone, we hope you're doing well.
Welcome back to another video.
Today's video is all about date night, and we are actually making a bunch of things tonight. I am so excited. We're gonna be eating good, and hopefully you will be too when you try out these recipes.
So we're partnering up with Bob's Red Mill today, and we're gonna be using some of their products to whip up one pot and one bowl recipes that, as Jasmine mentioned, are perfect for date night.
We wanted to make this as easy as possible and as minimal cleanup as possible for you and also for ourselves, because when we do recipe videos, it just becomes a tornado in here and we have dishes for days. So we wanted to try to minimize that today. And like Chris said, all the recipes require just one pot and one bowl.
We're also going to attempt to keep things under 1 hour, and we're going to make 4 recipes, so.
I do want to give a disclaimer. Because we were filming this for YouTube, we're going to be moving the cameras around, making sure everything is set for you to watch, so that may delay us a bit. So if the clock time
doesn't represent an hour?
Yeah, if an hour passes and we're still cooking, don't call us out, because it is gonna take us longer just because we're filming this video. But if you're cooking this in the comfort of your own home, no cameras, it'll definitely be an hour. So just wanted to say, don't come at us. Ako si Jasmine. Ikaw, anong pangalan mo? Chris and I are taking Tagalog lessons, and it's been fun. Hopefully we can do a whole video on Tagalog one day. We were toying around with the idea of live cooking demos, so we can have you cook with us. I don't know if you would be interested in that, but let us know in the comments down below. Basically, we would tell you what ingredients to get, and then we would all cook dinner together.
Sounds fun to me.
Yeah, it was an idea we were talking about this weekend, so let us know. Anyways, for our date night tonight, we have our appetizer to start, or this would be an appetizer, right?
Yeah.
Our starter.
Appetizer, or we'd eat it with the main dish too, right?
We could do both. I feel like we're gonna end up eating
dish.
it before, because it's gonna be good.
We're snacking for sure.
So to start, we are making a gluten-free focaccia tonight with the Bob's Red Mill grain-free flatbread mix. They actually just came out with a whole line of grain-free mixes, and they are paleo, vegan, grain-free, gluten-free, and you just need to add oil, water, and eggs. Obviously, we are vegan and we don't eat eggs, but we've tried this with a vegan egg substitute. We're actually gonna show you that today, and it works really well. So shout out to Bob's Red Mill for that. This is perfect for a date night, and you can also use this for pizzas, and you can make it plain too, but
flatbreads, pizzas, you name it.
I guess focaccia, we're making focaccia, but the way we're gonna show it to you today, highly recommend you try out these ingredients we're gonna add, because it turned out really good when we tested it. So let's get started. So I guess I'll tell you what to do, because I've been doing all the talking.
Can you tell me in Tagalog what to do?
No. The first thing is to put that down. The first thing you're gonna do is add all the liquid ingredients to the bowl.
Wow.
So we have our vegan egg. Beautiful, beautiful, lovely, talented. Then we got some water.
Too big.
Too big, wow. Then we have some olive oil. Just give that a quick mix. Then I'm going to be adding in my grain-free flatbread mix. So we're gonna mix that together until everything is nice and uniform. And also, I had already greased a small baking dish. So I don't know how big this is, but I'll let you know in the comments or in the description with the recipe. It's like, let's say nine, I think, the long, eight or 9.
By 5?
Yeah, 5 or 6. 8 or 9 by 5 or 6.
I'm gonna say,
No, I'm gonna say 9 by 5. I'm just, I'm saying 9 by 5.
Wow. Let's bet on it.
What do we win? You have to do the dishes.
Wow, okay.
Okay, what are you saying?
9 by 5.5.
Okay, here we go.
9.
No.
8.5.
8.5.
By 6. Wow.
So who wins?
No one.
No one wins.
No one wins.
We'll both do the dishes,
We'll
how about that?
Wow, teamwork.
How about you load the dishwasher?
Done, yes.
And I'll just go on the couch. All right, so this looks about done. So now I'm gonna grab my pan or my dish. So we're going to put our gluten-free focaccia in the pan.
Should I just pick it up?
Yeah. I guess I could just use my hands, but we can use a spatula for this too. So we're just basically going to spread it out until it is evenly distributed in the pan.
I love how easy this is. I feel like focaccia recipes like from scratch are so intimidating and time consuming. This is just like
boom, boom, boom. I know, that's why I like it, because it's just add liquid basically and then you're done. We got a thing done. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is actually brush it with some olive oil. And now we are going to give it some dimples, just like focaccia has. So basically, just press into, wow.
Is that too dimp?
No, that's cute. Got some slanted dimps here.
We should have get the boys
Our dogs. I'm gonna put one here.
little paw print.
Got some dimples. And then we're just gonna sprinkle it over with chopped up garlic. All right, then we have this sofrito mix, seasoning mix from Trader Joe's. It's a Italian sofrito blend.
A little bit of a kick on it too.
It does, yeah. If you don't have this, you could just use red pepper and then you can just maybe put like Italian seasoning.
You could probably just improvise your whole herb blend too if you really want to.
Kosher salt.
And then we're finally gonna add a little bit of parsley here.
Play around with their spices, the herbs, and have fun with this. Really customizable.
Perfect date night activity.
I know, this is actually really fun. So that is going in. I'm gonna gently press the parsley just like a little into it. And we're just gonna pop this into the oven and we are gonna prep our entree while this bakes. Wait, there's one more piece of parsley, okay. Ooh. Just wanna give fair warning. Oh, we never chopped up our basil. You wanna do that while I'm starting to cook this?
Sure.
It's gonna be a little loud when I turn on the cooktop. I'm sorry. We're considering getting a different cooktop because of that. But for now,
we need a butane one or something.
Apologies for the noise. What we are making for our entree tonight is a one pot pasta, and I know how much everybody loves one pot anything. So we are going to make a creamy mushroom and asparagus one pot pasta. It is freaking delicious, easy. What were you gonna say?
I was just like, what she said.
That's scary, be careful. So I'm gonna first take some vegan butter and add it to my pan, and we're going to allow that to melt. To my pot, I'm going to be adding in some onions. I have just some diced up onions.
Ooh.
Some garlic. We got 6 cloves of garlic here. Then I'm going to add some red pepper flakes. We're gonna saute this until everything starts softening, becomes nice and fragrant. Let me check my direction. Oh, that is done.
Wow, it smells good.
Wow. We'll let it cool and we'll show you. Next, I'm going to be adding in some chopped up mushrooms. So I'm gonna saute this until the mushrooms soften up, and mushrooms will decrease in size by a lot. It seems like there's a lot of mushrooms here. It's kind of like spinach. There's a lot, and then as it cooks, it's just like, where do they all go? You can see these mushrooms are cooking down. They're getting smaller, nice and brown. Next, I have some of the Bob's Red Mill all-purpose flour. I'm gonna sprinkle that over. And we're adding flour to this recipe to thicken everything up when we add in the broth. It just helps so much with the consistency later. I'm gonna mix that through. Okay, we're gonna cook the flour for about a minute. All right, next up, I'm going to add in some broth, and we are using the Better Than Bouillon vegan beef broth. And we really like the flavor with this recipe, but if you have just like a plain veggie broth, that's fine, or like their chicken option, that's fine too.
Vegan chicken. You do want to be a little bit careful when you get their brand of bouillons because they do have vegan and non-vegan versions.
Yes.
So the vegan one will have like the little certified vegan logo on it.
Well, it'll also say no beef and no chicken.
But the labels look exactly the same.
They look exactly the same,
so
yeah, it's confusing.
Can be deceiving. We know people who have accidentally purchased the non-vegan one and
sucks.
sad day, yeah.
Next, I'm gonna add in my pasta, and I'm just going to mix that through.
This smells so good.
I'm so ready, man. So ready. So once this is simmering, we're going to allow it to simmer for about 5 minutes. All right, after 5 minutes, I'm going to add in my asparagus, and we're adding this now because we don't want to obliterate the asparagus. We don't want soggy asparagus in it. So this ensures that it cooks perfectly. And we also have some vegan Parmesan as well. This is the grateable vegan Parmesan. Asparagus is so good. I feel like we don't eat it enough. I always forget how much I like it, and then we eat it and I'm like, geez, this is so good. So we're gonna mix that through and allow this to cook for 5 more minutes. All right, so this is finished cooking, and I know it looks watery, but it's going to sit and thicken up, and I'm actually going to be adding in some vegan cream cheese to give it that nice creamy element. And again, it's very watery, but it will thicken up, trust me. I'm also adding in some parsley. Then we got some fresh basil, heavy-handed with the basil, that's my favorite. Some lemon juice. As you can see, the asparagus is perfect. We have no obliterated asparagus here.
This is gonna be amazing.
As you can see, it's starting to thicken up already, but we're actually going to set this aside for about 10 minutes to just sit, relax, gather its thoughts. So for dessert, what are we making for dessert, babe?
We are making a skillet chocolate chip cookie.
With ice cream.
Which I'm probably gonna eat just by myself in one serving.
You're gonna eat, like, yeah, I gotta. The first thing we're going to do for this recipe is prep our flax egg. So I'm mixing together some water and some flaxseed meal. And this is just going to be our egg replacement. It's gonna be our, what's the word? Binder.
Binder.
This recipe. Why am I using the spoon?
We're gonna use a whisk?
From?
I don't know
I'll
where
use
that came from.
All right, so in the meantime, as this sits, I'm going to grab a small cast iron skillet. I believe this is 8 inches, and I'm going to melt some vegan butter in it and just melt it on low heat until it is fully melted. Then we're going to remove it from the heat. So we're just gonna have that sit on the side just for a second. In my bowl with the flax, I'm going to add in some brown sugar and some granulated sugar. Make sure that is all nice and uniform. So now I'm going to add in my melted vegan butter. So we're gonna actually put all of the ingredients back into the skillet, and what Chris is going to do is just get the pastry brush and rub the melted butter all over the edges just to spread it out. All the leftover butter in there, we're gonna be putting it to use. So I added it to the sugar mixture. I'm just gonna mix this all until it is nice and uniform. I have some baking powder, salt, baking soda, vanilla extract, and last but not least, some of the Bob's Red Mill all-purpose flour. Right, you want to mix this up, sir?
Sure.
All right, so now that this is fully incorporated, I'm gonna add some dairy-free chocolate chips, and I'm gonna save, just a little bit for later because we're gonna put some on top to make sure it is nice and pretty. So I'm just gonna mix these through. I'm going to add my mixture into it, and basically, I'm just gonna spread this baby out. That's that, and last thing is, I'm gonna add the remaining chocolate chips on top. And I like to do this because it makes it nice and pretty. I notice when I don't do this and I bake it, that the chocolate chips kind of sink in, and then it doesn't look as nice. It's not as cute. So I'm gonna spread those out and just like gently tap them in. All right, I'm going to pop this into the oven, and it's going to bake for like 30 minutes, and it's gonna be a delicious skillet cookie. The pasta is set. Look at this. Like I said, just let it sit for like 10 minutes. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I forgot to mention earlier, season it with salt and pepper to your liking. I found that I don't need to add salt because of the vegetable broth, so we're just going to be adding in some black pepper, but it is absolutely perfect. Creamy, dreamy, delicious vegan, and I think we should dig in. Was that good?
Delicious.
That was good. It just came out of my mouth. I just thought of it on the spot. Creamy, dreamy, delicious vegan.
We'll change our name to that.
Okay, we're done. Well, we're done with this. So I'm gonna chop this up. We're gonna start eating because I'm freaking hungry, and then Chris will make the cocktail. Wait, should you make the cocktail? We're gonna make the cocktail,
then we'll eat, and then we'll eat dessert.
So as you can see, this looks absolutely delicious, and I'm gonna chop it up. I'm just gonna cut it into big pieces. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And we'll do that, like that, like that?
Yep, 6.
Like so, like that? Is that how Tabitha Brown? She said like so, like that? Ooh, girl, you look delicious.
We're gonna make a mocktail really quick. We were just gonna drink kombucha for date night, but we realized we had this sparkling cranberry beverage on our bar card that we have to put to use. So we're gonna start out by adding some fresh rosemary and some sliced ginger into a little cup. I was trying to think of what it's called.
My phone's in it, but why don't you get out? Sorry.
And then we're just gonna add a splash of orange juice in here, and we're gonna use our handy dandy tart press, aka muddler, to muddle this up. And this will help release a lot of the aroma and flavor in the rosemary and ginger. So we're doing this too because we're gonna be straining this once we're all finished, but we wanna make sure we get as much of the flavor of this infused into our drink as possible. Ooh, we're gonna fill our cup up here with 2 cups of this sparkling cranberry beverage. And then we're gonna add the remainder of our orange juice in here. We're gonna give this a quick mix through. Sorry we don't have a more fancy pitcher or something to make this in, but definitely gets the job done. Okay, and now all we have left to do is strain our mocktail through a strainer and then into our cups with some ice. A little sprig of rosemary for some garnish here.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Really nice.
This tastes like it has alcohol in it, but it doesn't. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Doesn't it feel like you're gonna get wasted?
Yeah, it feels like it should. It doesn't taste like alcohol, but it feels like it should.
Yeah. It's good.
I'm so ready to dig in right now.
I know. So we paused and we took a bunch of photos for Instagram because we needed thumbnails and all that. So this food is probably not even warm anymore.
It's 100% not warm anymore.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's still gonna be good.
It's cold. But we're gonna eat it on camera because we want you to see our taste test, but.
Wow. I love this
10
recipe.
out of 10. It has like a very slight hint of spice, right?
Perfect.
Perfect, and the asparagus is crunchy.
I think asparagus is one of my new favorite vegetables.
I know, like I was talking about earlier, it's so good. I don't know why we don't eat it anymore.
Wow.
It's fluffy.
That's delicious.
I apologize for all the chewing noises, but we wanted to do a taste test.
I think we apologize for chewing noises in every video.
I just know people don't like it. I get grossed out sometimes too. By us, when I'm watching our videos. When I'm editing, sometimes I'm like, ew.
Wow. This is so good.
So if you want to check out any of these recipes, everything is linked down below. All the info you need is down below. And also make sure you check out Bob's Red Mill and their new green-free mixes. This turned out awesome, and I'm excited to dig into the whole tray. 2
thumbs up for me. And even if you're not having date night, these are perfect meals for any night of the week, the weekend, for a family.
For yourself.
They're just all around super simple, extra delicious meals. So.
They're sweet and simple and delicious.
Savory, simple.
What did I say earlier? Creamy.
Creamy, dreamy.
I don't know. That was a good one.
That was good.
So we are actually gonna reheat the cookie skillet because like we said, we were taking pictures because this is so good when it's warm with vanilla ice cream on it. So it's like the perfect mix of warm and cold. And just like,
I'm so excited.
If you've ever been to BJ's, they have the Pizookies there.
I've never been to BJ's.
Delish. So I'm gonna pop this in. I don't know, how long should we put it in there? Like 5 minutes? Yeah. Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes. I set your Alexas off. Alexa, fart. Yeah, so realistic.
For a long and windy fart. Stay
Alexa,
random.
Alexa, wet fart.
Here comes a wet fart.
Ew, why does that exist? Okay, Alexa, stop. No more. I don't even want to hear it. A steamy? What is a steamy one? What is We have little straws.
Oh my God.
So much better. So we didn't finish dinner, but we wanted to eat dessert. So we're eating dessert now. We got our cookie skillet.
Ooh. It's so satisfying just to like dig right into this.
Hot.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, why don't I just dig in? I like feel bad digging into the
That's
middle,
what I was
you know? Like I want to
too.
dig into the edge, but you know what? It's just you and I.
Unbelievable.
I don't like chewing ice cream. These are some of the best recipes, man. I don't know. Everything's tasting so freaking good today.
If you make anything from any of our videos or our blog, these are
the recipes you need to make. Yes, please. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Try to eat the cookie skillet as soon as possible. So like pull it out of the oven, let it cool for like 5 minutes, and then put the ice cream on and then eat it so that it's still really soft.
And you get that hot and
oh my gosh.
like hot with the cold ice cream.
Yeah, because right now we rewarmed it and it doesn't do it justice. But when you eat it right away,
fresh out the oven.
fresh out the oven, man, there's nothing beats it. Thank you all for joining in on our date night tonight, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the recipes when you make them and eat them. And what else you gotta add?
Just please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below, say hey, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We post new videos every single week.
Yeah, that's all from us today. Again, we hope you enjoyed this video. You're having a great day wherever you are, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.
Bye.